So hey, this is Tina, and I'm not going to talk about dog training in this video, but I did go to the gym this morning, and I wanted to talk to you about some things I've learned at the gym. I was thinking about when I left the gym this morning, and some things I've learned about my body and what I didn't even parts of my body I probably didn't even think about or know that I had. So until I started CrossFit. So the first thing I was going to talk about is the psoas. I guess it's a ligament, muscle ligament. I'm not medically inclined. I don't know. I'm not required to know that other than when it hurts. So there you go. That's how I find out about my anatomy is when it hurts, except for my knees and my ankles and my elbows. I can tell you where those are. So is the psoas, right? I first strained that a couple years ago when I was running. Like I said, I didn't know I had it. I knew I had that slight pain in my groin. So the psoas is a ligament that runs through your groin. It's like in the crease of your groin, right there where your leg and your stomach meet, I guess. And the good way to find that is you can take your hand like this and go straight down into that crease, like chop that crease almost. The reason, how I found my psoas was running. So I guess that's a good way to find it is running without being in shape to run, or I don't know how. I don't know how it happened. I'll be honest with you. It just happened. I'm like, how did this even happen? This has never hurt in my life. Why is this hurting and what is it? So now I know it's the psoas. So, like I said, if I want to find my psoas, I can just run because apparently mine does not like that. So there's some stretches out there for that. Apparently there's a medieval torture device that you can get to help. It's like a massage tool. I'm not sure I'm brave enough to order that device after hearing people talk about it. I did massage therapy to get my back in shape, but one of the things I want to start doing is probably looking at my workouts ahead of time and maybe doing a little extra stretching the night before. I know I'm supposed to be stretching every night, coach. Thank you. And making sure I stretch good after, and so that I don't hurt it as bad as I hurt it the first time. So because it does kind of feel like my leg may come off. It's like something's not working right there, and my leg is just going to fall off at that crease, right? So the psoas is something that I've learned about since CrossFit. The second thing is the IT band. I can't tell you much about the IT band other than I'd heard about it. I didn't really care to find out what it was, but now I have almost IT band PTSD because I learned about the IT band from actually a stretching session at the gym when they're like, pull out the foam roller, we're going to roll the IT band. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds familiar. What is that? And it is it's just pure pain. That's what that is. So the foam roller kind of sounds like it's not very harmful, like it's a nice cushy thing you're going to do after a workout, and it's going to help your body, and it just seems warm and fuzzy. Okay, so this foam roller is a hard centered core, and it's a hard, I guess, rubber, some kind of coated foam. I don't know. I don't understand why it's called the foam roller, and it has knots and knobs on it, and you put that on the side of your leg and you work that back and forth up the side of your leg, kind of where the hip area is. And I don't know where else because my memory is blocked by pain. Okay, it's just absolutely blocked by pain. I've had many therapy sessions over the IT band, rolling the IT band. In fact, when the coach says, "Oh, pull out the foam roller, we're going to do some foam rolling," and I just pray to the Lord immediately that it is not the IT band that we're foam rolling. And sometimes He answers me with a yes, and sometimes He answers me with a no. Either way, it's not a pleasant experience for myself. the foam roller is supposed to be helpful, and it is helpful because it does help release your muscles and do all this newfangled stuff that I'm not qualified to talk about, but it does help. It's just it just makes me want to cry. I'll just say that IT band makes me want to cry. So I don't typically at the gym, and I try not to get the shakes in front of people when that is, or hide in a corner when he does say roll the IT band. The third thing I found out, which I knew I had them, but I didn't know that I could make them sore, is my armpits. Okay, I'm sure there's a technical medical name for whatever that is in your armpit, muscles, ligaments. I don't really care what you call it, but I do know you can make it sore now, and typically it's from me, or from when I make mine sore, it's because of my bad form. I'm pretty sure of. Because when I'm supposed to be working on the bar, and then I have a tendency to, when I get tired, try to dead hang. I typically do this when I'm doing knee raises, because I don't do toes to bar, or I'm not, not doing toes to bar at yet. So I will, when I have my shoulders and my arms engaged and hold on to the bar like I'm supposed to, and my grip is good, and I'm using my core to lift my legs, my armpits don't hurt. But when I get tired and I'm like, I'm just gonna relax my arms a little bit and keep raising my knees, and I get sloppy work, then I pay for it because my armpits get sore, because I'm dead hanging like an orangutan, and I'm trying to do sloppy knee raises and not engaging my core, not engaging my upper body. And yeah, my armpits get sore when that happens. So I'm sure there's other things. If I'm trying to do sloppy jumping pull-ups, or I'm doing things that I'm not breaking it into pieces and getting off the bar and resting that and getting back on the bar like I should, I'm trying to just push through to get those 8 knee raises or those 12 knee raises and not get off that bar. I pay for it with my armpits. So I didn't know they could get sore, but they can. And I'm sure there's other things that can make them sore. But I will say, if your form is not good, get off the bar, regroup, and get your form back. It's worth it in the long run. So those are the kind of 3 things that hit me this morning when I was working out, because I kind of strained my psoas a little bit again. So I'll need to do some stretching for the next few days and be aware. But I find out a lot about. I could probably find a lot more things I could talk about that's been sore as I've when I've been on my CrossFit journey. Because hey, I'm trying to make it to be the oldest CrossFitter, right? So I got a long way to go because there's a lot of people ahead of me. So even though I am the oldest person at my gym, okay. So let me know what you've heard at the gym that you didn't know you had.